Hi, so this is my philosophy of education as a post-primary teacher. So, what has shaped my philosophy of education? So, firstly, my experience in education, as in my own experience in secondary school, has definitely shaped my philosophy of education and what I believe education to be, especially in a post-primary setting. My observations in school. So, I've been on placement in two different schools now. I'm currently in Rathdara Community College. I was in a Kayla secondary school, and I also did a little bit of subbing after college, after the college year finished last year in Blakestown Community School. So I got to see kind of three very different schools and how they got their philosophy of education, and that's helped shape mine as well. And my own values, such as mutual respect for teachers and students, and the element of care as a teacher and caring for your pupils. So that's just some of the characteristics that have shaped my philosophy of education. Regarding educational theory that shaped my philosophy, I very much have a very similar philosophy to John Dewey, a philosopher of education. He believes in reform of traditional educational strategies, which I also believe. The whole concept of teachers writing on a chalkboard and students taking down notes is now gone, and I feel like we need to reform the education system in Ireland to reflect this. Um, the education should facilitate the child growing into adulthood and entering society. He also is very strongly believes in this, and as do I. I feel like school now it's starting to evolve, which is great, into really shaping the student, and growing them as a person rather than academically only, which I really like. And that is tying into the last one, that he believes in molding the student's personality rather than just their knowledge of subjects, which I'm really big into. I love in my religion class giving students informed opinions, and then they can grow that and they can then mold their personality as a young person rather than just a student. And then how my philosophy then shapes my teaching practice. So, as I said, because a value of my philosophy is care, I approach all RE religious education topics with this care, and I try and, as best I can, take a bystander's approach to teaching religion nowadays because you never know someone's background, their religion, what they're going through, anything. So I really am very careful and approach topics with care. Student voice, I am big with student voice. Students will always have a voice in my classroom. I think that teachers and students are learners always in the classroom. It's not just students learning, so their voice is really important. Promoting an informed opinion of the student. I believe religion is no longer just drilling in Catholicism like it might have been 50 years ago in Ireland. It's now giving students information that they can then take and that will make their own informed opinion, and that the well-being of the student is at the center of all, both in history and religion, that no matter what, you need to remember that they are just, at the end of the day, young adults, and that their well-being needs to be at the center about their lives rather than academic, and at your life as a teacher as well. And then how this philosophy has shaped my self-study. So this is just a draft. I've decided for my question to roughly be, how can I improve student responses and behavior of first years in a deaf school using positive student-teacher relationship strategies? So this is obviously just a draft, but I'm really excited to delve in and kind of see where I can go with this. But as I said, I'm very much about care, students having a voice, so therefore student-teacher relationships. So I've observed some first years in previous schools, and I find they struggle to kind of, respond to the teacher. Some are very timid, and then others kind of lash out and don't know how to, react to this new environment. So I really want to see how this can be improved in schools. And that is my philosophy of education, essentially.